Hello, my name is Brandon, and today I'm going to share with you two stories from my gurus Krishna and Mahavatar Babaji on how to overcome fear. So when I first arrived in India back in 2019, under the guidance of Mahavatar Babaji, where I met my embodied Guru Krishna, Guru Krishna proceeded to tell me several stories. One of which was the beggar-free city, which I shared in my last video. But the following story was on how to overcome fear. My guru was explaining to me that in order to enjoy Mahavatar Babaji's energies, in order to meet Mahavatar Babaji, in order to enjoy nature's energies or the guru's energies, you have to be able to come out from fear. Without coming out from fear, you'll never be able to fully enjoy these energies because you'll be under tension, anger, stress, worry, all of these things that are linked with fear. And so I asked Guru Krishna, how? How do you overcome fear? And so my Guru Krishna explained to me a story of how Mahavatar Babaji tasked him to wear a crown. So if an ordinary man was to wear a crown around their family, their town, their city, whatever it may be, their job, their day-to-day life, they would face a lot of adversity and they would have a lot of fear. What will society think? What will people think of me? And all of this stuff would start going on in their minds that would pull them away from doing such a task. And if they're strong enough to overcome that fear and they actually put the crown on and they go out in public, then they would face adversity from the public. Maybe people would laugh at them. Maybe people would make fun of them, tease them, get angry at them, shout at them, whatever it may be. There's a lot of pushback and a lot of fear that would hold somebody back from doing such a task. And this adversity that you may face in public wearing a crown could drive somebody to anger, frustration, depression, anxiety, all because we're fearful of what others around us think. So my guru explained to me that it doesn't matter what the society around you thinks. What you have to do is focus on winning yourself first. There's no way you can win the people around you if you have not even won yourself. And there's no need to win the people around you if you have won yourself. So, without hesitation, my guru put the crown on and walked around society as if none the difference. And so he faced all kinds of adversity, all kinds of comments, all kinds of banter from the public. But he said that throughout it all, he enjoyed it as thoroughly as any other feedback he would receive in life. He wasn't worried about what people were thinking. He had already won over himself. Fear was not an issue for him. And so in a spiritually minded state, and people saying all these things, he was able to sit back and just laugh at all of the adversity he was facing. Now, if he was in fear, maybe he'd get angry at people. Maybe he'd have to shout back. Maybe he'd feel the need to defend himself and fight back in some way or another. But since he was at peace, and he had deep patience, and he accepted the guru's task, and did not care about any of the consequences of what society may think, he was simply in a state of bliss. And so with that bliss, spirituality takes over, and there's no need to worry or fear or anything of the above. And so my guru continued his story, and he said that after making Mysore a beggar-free city, the remaining mafia that weren't arrested called up his mother's home, where he lived at the time as well, and he said that they were going to kill his son for all that he had done to them. And so when my guru returned home that day, his mother began to beat him, and he accepted the beating. He did not scold his mother or fight back. He said, "This is your duty, I'm doing my duty." And so she kicked him out from the house. And so that evening, he went to a bus stand to sleep. And as he was laying there, a policeman came up and he said, "This is a beggar-free city, we can't allow this to happen." And then he recognized that this was the boy who created the beggar-free city, who's now sleeping underneath the bus stand without a home. And so he was in shock. He couldn't believe what he was seeing. And with the police support, they phoned some family, and he was able to go to a family home that night. The police also instructed that he was not to go anywhere without a police escort due to the threat of the mafia. Soon after that, a man named Nand, who is a direct devotee of Mahavatar Babaji, and has had direct contact with him, as well as with the aliens, specifically the Andromedian, came to my guru. And he always comes to my guru whenever Babaji requests to meet directly with my guru physically. And so Anandji said to my guru, "Babaji wants to meet with you at this park at this time and to come alone." My guru said that park is over 10 kilometers away from where I am right now, and I have the mafia after me, and so I'm not really allowed to go anywhere without the police. But let me see what I can do. And so he convinced the police that it's okay, he can go to this park by himself, there's no problem. So upon arriving, Babaji was sitting there waiting for him in a garden on a park bench. And so my guru sat next to him and they began to speak. Unexpectedly, a reporter came by, noticing my guru Krishna for the work he did with the beggar-free city, and he said, "What are you doing here? It's not safe for you. The mafia is after you. You shouldn't be here." My guru said, "Don't worry about it. It's okay. It's all under control. No problem." Now this reporter does not believe in Mahavatar Babaji. He doesn't believe in divine energies. And Mahavatar Babaji appeared as an ordinary man, wearing ordinary clothing. And so simply this man shook my guru's hand, and my guru introduced Mahavatar Babaji as his friend. Didn't mention Mahavatar Babaji's name. And so this reporter shook Mahavatar Babaji's hand, completely unknowing that he was in the presence of a god. And then he was on his way. Babaji then proceeded to explain to my guru his second task for making this world a heaven. They had just completed the beggar-free city, and now Mahavatar Babaji said, "Your next task is to protect Mysore from terrorism." He says that you have 60 days to accomplish this task. He says that you need to make Mysore like a heaven and protect it from terrorism so that nothing happens to the innocent people here. Mahavatar Babaji told my guru that if you can protect Mysore from this terrorism, that his work will have a ripple effect, and it will end up protecting this world and this universe from such negative energies. And so my guru's response was, "Okay, I can do this, but you're the god, why can't you handle this?" And Mahavatar Babaji then replied saying, "You are in the human form, and this must be done by a human, because the humans are killing each other, and this is a problem that only a human can solve. A god cannot step in and interfere with such actions, unless they are in human form." And so Mahavatar Babaji, being an immortal, was not able to step in, because he was not the one taking life. It's humans taking life. The gods are not taking life. My guru, who had taken birth as a human, though being Krishna, accepted the task. My guru then explained to me that he spent the next few days trying to think of a way in order to protect Mysore from terrorism. He was surfing the internet when he realized only airports really had metal detectors at the time. This was 2008, and only airports had CCTV cameras protecting the public. And so my guru got the idea that they needed to install CCTV cameras and metal detectors in all public buildings in order to prevent terrorism. With this new refined mission, he went to the police commissioner and he said, "Listen, I want to protect Mysore from any terrorism or any terrorist attacks that could happen in the future by installing CCTV cameras and metal detectors in all public buildings." And he says, "I want this to be done within 35 days. And so the police commissioner began to question him and began to accuse him and began to scold him, saying, "Maybe you're the one that's working with terrorists, and that this idea is just some psychological trick." Not only did the police commissioner accuse him of working with the terrorists, he also launched an investigation into my guru. And so my guru left and said, "Okay, leave it." So having failed with the police commissioner, my guru decided to go to the press. He met with this one press person who really appreciated the mission he had at hand. He didn't understand the whole side of Mahavatar Babaji. He says, "Listen, I don't need to believe in Mahavatar Babaji in order to agree with the mission you have at hand. So Mahavatar Babaji aside, I am here and I will support you on this mission." And so with the press on my guru's side, they organized a rally, and officials from all over Mysore decided to attend, including the mayor and some ministers. Not only did the officials of Mysore show up, they also rode in the vehicles that had the branding for the rally on them, and the branding was Mahavatar Babaji's face. And so they were riding along, supporting the anti-terrorism movement my guru had started for Mysore. This rally made such a big impact and gained so much support that within 35 days, the CCTV cameras and the metal detectors were installed. Babaji gave him 60 days, but within 35, my guru was able to accomplish this task. All because he was fearless. He could have changed his mind when the police commissioner started to threaten him and accuse him. He could have changed his mind so many times, but instead, any fears that he had, he completely overcame and focused his energies on the task that Babaji had given to him. My guru then went on to explain to me that if people don't overcome their fears, they'll never be able to enjoy life, because they'll be constantly under tension, under fear, under anger, under anxiety, under worries. But in order to come out from these fears and to truly enjoy the energies of Mahavatar Babaji, or of the Guru, or of nature, then you must overcome these fears, and it has to happen. Do these things. Enjoy patience. Enjoy the teachings of your gurus. Most importantly, don't worry about what society has to say about you, because if you can't overcome your fears of society and listen to the guidance of your gurus, then you won't be able to enjoy the spiritual energies that your guru has to offer. You will be limited. Your guru wants to take you to the highest point. Nature wants to take you to the most enjoyable point. But if you don't accept nature, if you don't accept your guru's teachings, then it will be impossible for them to take you there because you'll hold yourself back. So if you want to experience the highest that life has to offer you, then you have to come out from the fear. And by coming out from fear, you'll be able to enjoy all that life has to offer. Thank you again all so much for watching. If you want to hear more of these stories, please feel free to subscribe. And until next time, Jai Guru.